Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Squirrel Outdoors. We just got done training. We're actually going to look at the equipment that I use to train with when I'm by myself. I try to not use wingers unless I have to, which I do a lot because I train a lot by myself. So let's look at the equipment that I have. So first we've got the short son of a gun winger, which is made by Gunners Up. The stickers have worn off because I've had these for a while. Then we've got the full-size Gunners Up winger as well. And I can link a description down below to where you can find these. And they're not cheap, but they actually help a lot when you're training by yourself, because you can get marks further out and actually have birds thrown. But if you have somebody that can throw birds for you or throw bumpers for you, try to use them, because they can help a lot more when you've got a younger dog. It's a lot easier to help them, correct them, and just get done training faster. Next we've got my Stickman, and I've got 3 Stickmen. They're made by 30 Foot Dog Products. It's a buddy of mine in North Georgia that makes these. He actually makes bird dryer racks and a bunch of stuff. He actually did the top rail on my dog box and put the LED lights and redid all the switches and stuff for the fan, the water, and the lights as well. And then I just went to Home Depot and bought some white Tyvek suits, and they work great because if they get dirty or whatever, I'm not that worried about it. They're not that expensive. And really all you do is you just want something white out there for that. So then for my wingers, my electronics, I actually have 2 sets. It's kind of a mix match. We got the Sport Dog receivers for the wingers, and I actually really like these now compared to like the older Sport Dog collars and things like that. They work really well. They work out to a long distance. The only thing I don't like about them is they don't have a lot of sound. They're not very loud. So if you have a mark that's, say, 150 yards away and it's a little windy, it's hard for me to hear or the dog to hear if you don't use primers in the wingers to make some sound. Then we got the Pro Control Tritronics receivers, and mine still works, so I'm still using them. I have had to send a couple back and replace the batteries, but if you can find them, they're not bad and they work. I want to get 2 more of the Sport Dog ones, so then I'm not mixed matched and I don't have to carry 2 transmitters around with me when I'm training. Then my collar is an older Tritronics as well. It's the G3, the EXP G3, and this is the flyaway transmitter. The nice thing about the old G3s is you could mix and match your transmitters to your collars. And so I actually have an old Sport, the basic, that's got a dial on the side and just like 2 buttons, the momentary and the continuous. And I use that for hunting. And I've got a black collar that I use for when I'm hunting. And for my whistle, I have a green monster that I've had for a long time. You actually can't find these anymore. I think Gunners Up now makes one that's very similar. I haven't tried it. You can also get some off at Etsy, I think. There's a guy that 3D prints and makes whistles very similar to this. And then I think it's the Tallahassee is another one that's got the same whistle. It's got the black Acme whistle. And I use some of the Tallahassees, the big ones, for when I'm going hunting, because they're black and they sound similar to the green monster. But I just really like these green monsters for training and trials and hunt tests and things like that. Then this is just a bag that I use to hold all my stuff. It's a Ducks Unlimited bag that I got when I joined Ducks Unlimited years ago, and it works great. It's got all my wires, my thing for primers. It's got extra walkie-talkies for when I train with other people, and rangefinder if I need it, and an extra leash. Got my primer pistol in there. And really that's what I use. Oh, and this mat, I use it a lot when I'm training, because a lot of your AKC hunt test and field trials, you run off of a mat. So I went to Home Depot or Lowe's, I can't remember where, and got one of those fatigue mats and then just cut it down and made it into the mat that I carry around. And then the dog box is a Mountaintop Custom Kennels dog box. I haven't gotten this, I bought it a long time ago, probably about 5 years ago. And it works great for what I do. And the only thing I don't like about it is you really can't take it out of the truck so if you need your truck to move a whole bunch of stuff, and then you got to pull the dog box out and find a buddy to get it out. But I also have a gunner kennel that I use every once in a while when the dog box sitting in the truck, which it pretty much lives in the truck nowadays. But that's pretty much everything I use for training. And there's Belle, she's laying on the ground after training. So, but that is the equipment that I use, and it works. But hey, thanks guys. If y'all like these videos, y'all like, subscribe, and get out there and train. It's fun, it gets your dog active, it makes your dog ready for duck season, and hunt tests and field trials are fun to run.